everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com, and I have so much to share with you today. Oh my gosh, we're going to dive right in. First, I want to let you know that I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from the U.S. in Andover, Minnesota. And I'm just going to load comments here and see if anybody's live with me. We are broadcasting live on, what day is it today? It is the, 18th? 18th, I think, of September 2019 at 11 a.m. Central Time. Again, I'm live on Facebook on my Facebook page called Stamp Your Art Out with Rachel. Good morning, Irene and LaDon. Glad you could join in. I have so much to share. And so we're going to dive in because I've got a whole suite of products that I want to introduce to you that debuted in the holiday catalog, the 2019 holiday catalog from Stampin' Up! And so let's just bring the camera right down, okay? Shall we? And as I'm showing you this suite, I'll talk about a little bit more how this works, these lives. Let's grab the camera and move this. Hang on a minute. I'm adjusting my little tiny profile picture of me. We keep that in the bottom corner because I do have some hearing impaired viewers that read lips, and this helps them out. So this is the suite I am going to showcase today. I'm going to show you these products and show you lots of project and ideas with them. Hi Patricia. Hi Pam. Good that you could join in. I'm so happy. Hi Joanne. Awesome. You're just down the road. So we have all kinds of fun things on pages 30 through 32 of the holiday catalog. This is the holiday catalog. It's called Creativity is Calling. And we have the Christmas Gleaming Stamp Set. We have some punches that coordinate. We have the Hammered Metal Embossing Folder. By the way, this is not available right now. You'll be able to get it towards the end of September. It was very popular. So this one is not available to order right now. The Brightly Gleaming Designer Paper, which you can actually see better on these pages, and I'll show these more in person too. I'm also going to introduce the classic weave ribbon that's in a vanilla and copper print, and it says Merry Christmas in 2 different fonts all the way through. We've got some star designer elements that are self-adhesive, and then we have the Brightly Gleaming Foil Accents. So that is the suite I am going to showcase today. The way these Facebook Lives work, hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. The way these Facebook Lives work is that I broadcast live, and then I take and upload this video to YouTube and then share it on my blog. And I do that over the course of a few days because I also take photographs of all the finished projects and I have to edit them and all that sort of thing. So you may be watching this afterwards. You may be watching it on YouTube or on my blog. And if so, still comment and say hello. I draw for prizes, and so there's a prize during the live that I draw, and then there's a prize next week when I do my next live that I draw from this video. So please comment even if you're not live, because you can get entered into that prize drawing for every comment. And if you share this video, that's even more awesome, but let me know that you shared. It's important that you comment on that too. Hey Don, hi Karen, hi Shannon, lots of familiar names. There's Libby, there's Gail. Thank you so much for joining. I love it, you guys. Thanks. Okay, so prizes. Let's look at those really quick since we have the table set up. This was the prize that I drew from last week's broadcast. And so we're going to draw a winner to get the Fast Fuse and Fast Fuse refill. This is a product that we had a while ago, and I loaded up on it. I loved it so much. Anyways, it's retired, but you have an adhesive in here and then another one if you win. It's some good strong stuff too. And then we also, for the prizes today, get to choose from 3 different stamp sets that I have sitting around. I have the tags from the holiday catalog. I have the For Love of Felt stamp set, which is really pretty. And then the Hoot Hoot Hooray, which is in our tiny catalog. I think it's called, what is it called? Oh, I don't know. It's not sitting next to me, but it's our tiny, it's like a beginner brochure. It's got some really great extra stuff in there. Okay, so are you guys ready? Let's move to the computer. Let's do that really quick. There we go. So I didn't put measurements because this time I'm showing you lots of different ideas and projects, and this whole sheet would be way too busy and full. So instead, you can take a little screenshot of the supplies that I'll be sharing today to make these projects. You can see we've got the Christmas Gleaming Stamp Set and the Ornaments Punch. And right below that, it says bundle. When you buy those two together, you actually save 10%. Me. Patty goes, me. Love Fast Fuse. Awesome, love it. Thanks, Patty. She wants the prize, obviously. And then below that, we have the extra items that are in that suite. The Star Designer Elements, the Foil Elements, Designer Paper, the Trim, the Embossing Folder. Now below that, I read those to you because I want you to know that below that, the Brightly Gleaming Suite can be ordered all with one order number. So if you fall in love with it all and you don't have any of it yet, you can order it with just one order number with the suite number. We're going to be using some copper foil sheets, of course, because there's such beautiful copper metallic accenting throughout. And then the cardstock colors. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Oh, 2 designer papers. So I'm bringing in 2 designer papers from our annual catalog. Hi, Larry and Colleen. We're bringing in 2 designer papers from our annual catalog because they are on special this month through the end of September. You can get select designer paper. Now, it doesn't include any that's in the holiday catalog, but it includes some beautiful papers that I've been showcasing on my blog since the annual catalog began in June. And those papers, you need to nab them up. So I'm going to show you 2 of them, and hopefully that will make you drool a little bit to realize that you're getting a really good deal by doing this buy 3 get 1 free special this month. Then I've also got the ink pads, the Countdown Christmas kit I'm including today. And then these are some extra elements and accents, that sort of thing. Punches, we're using a lot of different punches. We're not using dies, but I wrote down here an embossing machine because the Hammered Metal Embossing Folder. But otherwise, you don't need the big die cutting machine. So if you're a beginning crafter and you don't have it all and you don't want to buy a $100 machine or anything like that, you can get tons of stuff and do lots of great stuff without having that machine and dies and all that, okay? All right, so we've gone through that. Let us move to our desktop. I'm going to get it set up here. There's Andrea again and Catherine. Thanks, you guys. I'm so glad that I have my friends coming back to join me. You know, it'd be so lonely if I did not have all of you with me. Someone said it sounds like Romper Room when I'm calling out these names, but I just want to acknowledge that I noticed that you're here. If you have questions, by the way, while I am broadcasting, please know that I might not see them right away, but I do go back and I read the comments, but hopefully I'll look up once in a while and catch them. Let's start. All right, here's the stamp set. Here are the punches. You can see that there are 2 different images in this stamp set that coordinate with the larger punch, and then there's this one that coordinates with the smaller punch. Awesome. So what I have here is a starter card for you to look at. Yes, I'm sad that that folder's on back order too, but it's actually unavailable, I believe, right? We can't actually get it yet. I thought it was unavailable. Anyways, no, September 30th, I think was the date. But here we have, I stamped the this ornament here with Night of Navy card ink onto some vanilla cardstock. And then I punched it out and raised it up onto dimensional so it can be on top of and stick out a little bit from the Old Olive ornament that I punched with Old Olive ink. So this is Old Olive ink on Old Olive cardstock. You can see I've got one of those sticky little stars there in the middle, some foil accenting here. And so we're going to add on to this card later on. I've also got pearls on there, but I just wanted to point out how easy it is to make a sweet little simple card with the stamps and the ink and some of the elements from this bundle. So let's introduce them in person. Here are the foil accents, and I pulled a couple of them out so that you can see them a little bit better. They've got a nice shine to them, which is playing around with the camera here. But there's huge stars in there, and then there's ornaments, there's those little branches and stars, and you get 50 elements in all. I believe, I didn't count how many sheets. There's quite a few little elements in there. I want to say 8 sheets, I don't know. And then there are the Star Designer elements. Now this was full, but I've been playing and having a ton of fun with this. So yay, those are fun, super fun and sticky. And they don't raise up too high either. So They don't tend to make too much of an impact on postage. I'm thinking just an extra ounce. Here is the paper. Oh, so pretty, right? This is foil accented designer paper, so it's called specialty paper. You can see that metallic shine in all of those sheets. This is one side, and on the other side we have some non-foiled, but we have vanilla in there, we have pretty peacock color, night of navy, old olive. Those are the main colors that are in this designer paper, and the designs are so beautiful, and you can actually use these all year round. Not some of the designs, but the paper in general. Like this here, this is just kind of a little I don't know, monochromatic print. It looks like kind of a star design, but it doesn't say Christmas, you know, it doesn't scream out Christmas or anything. So you could definitely use a lot of these designs, like the stars. That would be 4th of July. Or just, you know, astrology day or whatever. Okay, so we're gonna move these things off to the side, and I'm gonna share with you another project. So this is another one, and I featured it on my blog this morning. So I shared 3 of these projects in photographs already this morning because, again, there is going to be so much that I'm going to share with you today. And so this little tin, it opens up, and it's perfect for like 3x3 cards, or you could put candy, of course, in there. It's called a tea tin, so I'm guessing it's meant to put little tea bags in. But you can see how the lid goes behind my ornaments. So what I did is I popped them up with dimensionals too. And the paper that is wrapped around the tin, and this is what the tin looks like bare, the paper is just a 3x12 strip. So you can get from one sheet of 12x12, you can get 4 strips of these, right? I forgot to mention, by the way, that if you decide to invest in this paper, you actually get twice as much paper as what I shared. You get 2 sheets of each of those. So just know that you get a really great supply. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm putting tear and tape adhesive on the back side of my designer paper, and it just literally, it tears. You just tear it and tape it down. And I forgot my take your pick tool. That's okay. I've got fingernails without nail polish on them, you guys. I know I'm doing really good at not putting my nail polish on. But so they're a little thinner, and they can grab the backing, the release paper. Thanks for sharing the video, Cheryl. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of lay this across here just so I can kind of picture where this one's going to start. And I see I did that without the adhesive side. So now I'll come back here and I'm going to lay this down. And you can, if your hand is not steady, I mean, I'm really trusting myself here. If your hand is not steady, you can take off just a little adhesive at a time, or notice it peels off pretty well. Once it's attached to the other end of the paper onto itself, it's going to stick in place though. So I've got it probably about 1/8 of an inch above the bottom. So you can see that there's just a little rim there along the bottom, and that way it's not going all the way to the top of the lid. And I'm just bringing that all the way around and connecting. And again, if you feel like it's not lining up, you don't tape the paper onto itself yet. Just lift it back up again, because it's a metal base and that tape will not bond too hard right away, okay? So that's basically how you cover these tins. And I think you get 4 tins in a set when you buy the tins. So that's a separate thing in the annual catalog, but just think how many pretty boxes you can make. And this one, again, it's not screaming out Christmas, so you could use this paper for some other type of project. So that's how you cover those. And again, I just stamped all of those pieces, stuck them all together with adhesive, and then put them up on dimensionals so that the lid comes off and on. So now I want to introduce to you the ribbon. So look at this ribbon. Okay, first of all, it's beautiful. It's got copper foiling on it, but it's also got words. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. So if you are a Christmas fan, you have a bunch of sentiments ready to go for your Christmas cards. Just take and cut between each of these sets of words, and you can make a ton of Christmas cards with this. I think you get 10 yards of this even. Yes, 10 yards. Hello. Here's the Hammered Metal Embossing Folder. So let me share with you what they look like embossed. So this is what it's intended to look like, and I believe the hammered metal is supposed to go in, because when you hammer on metal, it pushes inward, right? But I liked doing it right away. I did it like this, and it looked like little pebbles or stones that were stacked, you know, kind of like a stone wall or something. And I thought that that was pretty that way too, so you could do it either way. So what I've already done is I've stuck on a piece of the ribbon, and the way that I did that was I just used that awesome tear and tape adhesive again. So I stuck a strip going across, and there we go. And then I just took I'm going to fold up the ends here because I had a little excess on the ends, and then I'm just going to take this piece and lay it across. And it is perfect for adding to my card. And if I want to, of course, I can trim off the excess. I think there's a little bit there. Okay, so now watch this. Remember that card that I had? It finishes off real nice, doesn't it? Isn't that pretty? Yes, like snake skin. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I was told that in another event that I was at. So I prepared most of these projects, like the tin and some of these other ones coming up. I prepared them for a presentation with my fellow demonstrators that we had a few weeks back at the end of August. And I was the last presentation. And I told her, I said, Susan, I can do it. I can show it all. And then I rushed through at the end. So I didn't really get to share it all in detail. And then I shared it with my team. Glad you like that. Thanks, you guys. Then I shared the projects with my team in a separate broadcast on a Facebook Live one day, a week or two later. And it's too funny. The broadcast stopped recording right when I started sharing those projects. So I don't know if it's meant to be, but I'm praying that we do not have issues while I'm broadcasting live with you guys today, because I've planned even more. I've created even more. So now this is the next thing I'm going to share with you. And this project here is an ornament made out of the ornaments. Okay, I shared photos of this on my blog too, and I'm going to show you how to put that together. I won't put the whole thing together because it takes time, but it's super easy. So I've already prepared some of the pieces, and I've punched them out and folded many of them. And so I'll just show you the quick assembly of sections. Before I do that, just know that you can also punch from the designer paper, so you can get other looks for your ornaments. This is that navy with peacock designer paper, and on the flip side you can have it look like that. You can even combine some of them by folding them, and you can make like a 3D looking ornament. You can paste it onto a card so it's got kind of a 3D look, or you could hang it from a tree next to your other little ornaments. You could decorate a whole tree. All right, so here we go. What you're going to need for this is a 2-inch circle. So I've punched that out, and it doesn't have to be exactly 2 inches, by the way. It can be you know, smaller or larger, or it can even be a square. Just a shape. You need a shape. There. Now you don't have to buy the 2-inch circle punch. And then you need a bunch of ornaments, and I'm using the long one, the one that's the taller ornament. And I've punched out already 1, 2, 3. I think I have 10 of these. Yes, I have 10 of those, and they're kind of how'd they get mixed up like that? And then I have 5 of the vanilla. So I have Pretty Peacock stamped onto Very Vanilla cardstock. I have Pretty Peacock stamped onto Mint Macaron cardstock, which is what this is. And then I have Pretty Peacock stamped onto Pretty Peacock cardstock. And one more set of ornaments. Now I feel like I'm counting wrong. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Nope, this is right. And one more set of ornaments that on this one, it's actually this base piece here. It's the one that's underneath the 3D sections. And I used Pretty Peacock cardstock for this, but I wanted this one to be Mint Macaron so you could see the difference. So what you'll do next is you'll take out the multi-purpose liquid glue. Sorry, throwing things. That's what we do when we have fun, crafters, right? We throw and we make messes, and pretty soon we have to clean up, and we don't like to. So these guys go like this onto our base. I'm going to zoom in just a tad here. Okay, so we're putting these onto our base, and we're just going to meet all those ornaments in the middle. And because we've got the liquid glue on here, we have time to kind of shift things if we want to. And of course, like I was saying, you don't have to have an exact shape on the bottom. So if you have to have it not centered, it's totally fine too. But the idea is to bring all of these little guys to meet in the middle. So you can see it's not perfect, so I'm just going to do a little shifting. And it looks pretty good now. And I say pretty good because it doesn't matter. It's okay if it's not exact on this, okay? Hi, Susan. You're in Hawaii on vacation. How nice. I'm jealous. Okay, the next pieces that go on can be these guys here. Now, I'm going to tell you on this one, I did it the opposite way. So I'm trying to do it a little differently because I want you to know that it's okay either way, as long as you've got these guys in between. So we're going to let this dry a little bit, which I'm not doing. And then we're going to put on just a tad of glue so that we can add the other ornaments. You'll notice that I said hot glue too. The hot glue is going to come in handy for when we add the center to this, but it's not necessary for this part because it's all paper and it's all going to be flat against itself. So now these pieces go on next, and they get centered between the points of the other ornaments, like that. And you want the stamped side up because these ornaments will be seen. The other ornaments will not. Oh, look at that, I have an extra one. That means I was having fun. When you have extra, you put it in your extras drawer and you use it on another project. There. Okay, so now I've got that base done. Now these guys get folded. So after I stamped and punched them out, I put them in my trimmer like this, and I lined them up so that not the image that I stamped, because sometimes that's a little off, but the actual shape of the punch. So if it helps you, you can flip it over and you can line up. I have stickies. Hang on. Sticky glue on my hands. Okay, so now you line it up like that, and then you take and you press the arm of the trimmer down, hold the support part of the trimmer in place, and then run your score blade along there, and that will give it a good crease right down the middle. I tried doing it the opposite way where I scored a strip and then I punched, and it was hard because you have to also stamp, and it's just harder. I would say stamp, punch, and then fold, okay? Now you're going to fold inward like this. So how many of you remember we had a kit like this a while back, and it was actually all pre-scored, cut ornaments ready to go, and it looked very similar. We did the same thing where we're creating the same look like this. And so when this ornament kit came out, and I'm looking all over Facebook, Googling ideas, Pinterest and stuff, I caught a glimpse of somebody doing this with this kit, and I tried to go back. And so I am apologizing up front to whoever it was that spurred this thought back into my head. I love that you also thought this and said, let's do the same thing that we had before. And I don't even know what yours looked like, and I'm so sorry. I was trying to find it and I couldn't find it. So if you were the person who posted this ornament idea and made that thought come back into my head, please let me know. Okay, so then what do we do next? Okay, so these guys get glued against each other like that, and then like that, okay? And then after you've glued them together, all three of those, then you flip the whole thing over and you put glue here, and you pinch these little guys tight, and you stick them down onto that spot. All right, so I won't be doing this whole thing because I have so many more things to share with you. Oopsie. So put it on there nice and evenly, okay? And it's gonna fill up and it's gonna make this look all the way around, okay? Then you're going to take your star from this here and you're going to stick it in the middle. And I put it up on dimensionals and I thought that would stick enough, but it didn't. So that's where the hot glue comes in. I would still put it on dimensionals because I think it's gonna be a nice grab onto the foil accent piece for the hot glue. So I would still do that. And then put the hot glue down into the middle, put your dimensional little star in there. And then underneath this ribbon, I just have another piece on top of that. It's a punched out little pretty peacock 1/2 inch circle that's stuck in the middle of our star with some glue dots. And then this is the mint macaron textile ribbon, okay? And through here, I just, oh, and I forgot to mention this, but I just poked a hole with my piercer and stuck some of our linen thread through there. You could use the white twine, you could use fishing line, anything that will help hold it onto the tree. So I hope that that helps. I'm going to set this aside. I'll finish that up later because I've already got it ready, right? Might as well make another ornament. Okay, the next project is these things, and I'm not even going to show you how to make them because that's going to have to be in another video. I promise you though that I will. So these are cracker boxes, and they are shared in the holiday catalog. Actually, here, let's see if I can find that again. Oh yes, a tag topper. I love that idea, Sandy. She said that the ornament could be a tag topper. So on the top of page 31, they have the cracker boxes and they show you a brief little photo of how to make them. So if you would like to, I'll be sharing that in my exclusive Stamp Your Art Out with Rachel exclusive group. Just join that group. It's right here on my page. And I'll do a quick video on how to make these cracker boxes so that you can see how to do that. And they're super easy, super fun. I've also got another box here that I can share measurements for on my blog at a later date, but this is just using some Pretty Peacock cardstock, some Pretty Peacock and Old Olive ribbon. Then we're using white cardstock in there, some vellum, some of the designer paper, of course, and it's just a simple little box, and then this ribbon slides off and you can open the box just like any other normal box. I'm not going to open it up here because then I'm going to take it apart and I can't photograph it later, but it's really cool. It's just a cute little gift box. Okay, we're going to zoom back out because this is big. This is the third project that I shared on my blog today, and it is using the Countdown Christmas Kit. Okay. Kendra asked, what do you put inside those? Are you talking about the cracker boxes? So I would put things in there like wrapped candy, something that's wrapped, something that's not going to get leaky because it's not food safe paper, by the way. And there's slight holes in it. If you can see, there's like little gaps and stuff. So you'll want to make sure that you put something in there that's not going to be too heavy and it's not going to be gross. Cracker boxes are basically meant to be just pulled apart, okay? Kind of like a firecracker where you just rip them apart. So you can put anything in there, really. They're big. They're like 2 inches by 2 inches by 5 or something. So they're pretty big. Okay, this is basically covered. These little drawer fronts are covered with 2 by 2 pieces of designer paper. And so I used 2 different sheets from that packet of paper. There's one side that has Old Olive and Copper on it, and then there's another side on the neutral, or on the more calm side, that's just that green that I shared with you earlier. So I just cut out, I think, there's 25 on here, so I did 12 of one. I think it was 12 of the more subtle ones, and then 13 2 by 2 pieces of the bright cheery ones, right? Now, when you get the Christmas Countdown or Countdown Christmas kit, you actually have 2 sides to your drawer. See that? Here, let's just flip these 2 over. So on my other side, I actually have the Countdown Christmas, the way it's intended to be put together. And then I just flipped these over and I said, now I want to decorate this other side so that I can use it at a different time of year. And it matches my craft room pretty darn well. So I think it's going to be going in my craft room for a while to put little embellishments in or whatever. I'm not sure. Or it might just sit there and look pretty. So you get these extra drawer front pieces too on your Countdown Christmas kit. And again, they're 2x2, so you just cut your paper with your paper trimmer. And then this little notch here is pretty much exactly the 1/2-inch circle punch. So once you get those done, you're just going to insert your 1/2-inch circle punch into your paper and you're going to punch out little circles. And you can kind of make sure it's even on both sides, that your paper's only going in halfway. It's pretty darn easy to cover these box drawers. And then these guys are just the pearls. You know, you can get these, and this is my messy container of pearls, so don't judge me. But you can get pearls, and then of course those stars, and stick them all over. And I'd suggest, because they're gonna be vertical, just giving them a good press so that they don't fall off. Because the first time I did them and took them to my event, they were falling off by the time I got home. So really press them in, and you can see I've just got this fun little design going down. So it's kind of, it could be a jewelry drawer. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. In fact, if you go to my blog post today, and let's just pull that up really quick, stampyourartout.com, for today's post, you'll be able to see a list of ideas that I also shared a couple weeks back of what you can make with the Countdown Christmas set. Okay. So let's take that off for a minute and let's bring in the next thing. So now I want to introduce to you, hey, we're doing great on time, you guys. I want to introduce to you, oh, I didn't take that off. There we go. The designer paper that you'll want to get when you have used that buy 3 get 1 free deal. This is our pressed petals paper. Now the reason why I say you will want to get this is not only because the prints are super pretty. I'll go through the front ones one at a time, but you can see that here's the more relaxed design on the back side. You get twice as much paper. And the reason why is because it's a specialty paper. It's a little bit thinner. It's more like typing paper, copy paper weight, okay? And so you get 24 sheets instead of just 12. So 4 of each of these sheets. Now this one's special because you can cut it into pieces and you can take and decorate card fronts with it. This one is fun for just clusters of flowers if you want like a cluster on your design. Here's another one like that. Just gorgeous, gorgeous prints, right? And they look like petals that have been pressed, or flowers that have been pressed into a book. Really, really nice designs. I featured these with some boxes that I did earlier in the year after the new catalog came out. So you'll want to look back at that too. That is such pretty paper. So let's just take one of our vanilla note cards, and I'm going to zoom in a tad again. And we're going to grab one of these pieces from that paper. This is that one sheet that had all the different designs on it like that. Okay, so I just cut one of those out, and let's adhere that. Where's my snail? Here it is. Okay. And look at that, music notes. For all you music lovers, there's 4 sheets that look like this. I mean, that's just gorgeous. You could do like Christmas cards with that design. I like music notes at Christmas time. So I'm gonna put this on here. Now I'm gonna tell you that I've already pre-cut into this paper beforehand. I took my scissors and I cut below this white flower, because you can take and use these punches, this suite of products you can use in so many different ways year round. Like you already saw in the drawers. It does not look Christmassy. You can use that just for decoration, right? The paper. Now, if you take this punch, and I got this idea from Sue Nurnberger, who presented this past weekend at our Creative Connections event. She took and separated that into 3 pieces, and this middle piece, you can see, can become like a little vase for flowers. So I'm not taking my bone folder because I don't want to round it too much, but I'm just going to give it a little bit of a curve. And now I'm looking around for my adhesive, and I have dimensionals here somewhere. Maybe I don't, but we'll just put them underneath here. So that's where my vase would go. And those flowers look like they're coming out of a metallic vase. Very simple, very easy to make, right? And then I would just stamp a little sentiment down here on the bottom. And that's my thinking of you note card. Easy? Easy, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so Cindy, remember when I told you guys that was having trouble sharing this? Cindy just posted, Facebook is not doing well these last few weeks, going in and out, freezing and stopping. I hope it's not happening to the rest of you guys, okay? All right, next idea. Now we're gonna take this paper that has that pretty design, it's got pretty peacock in it and kind of a flourishy look with the Night of Navy print in it. And we're gonna punch out a couple of these medium daisy flowers. So you just punch like this. Nice thing about this punch is even though it looks like you don't have a lot of room there, you can adjust the punch within and you can make those petals go between other petals. And look at that. Look at that. We got more flowers out of there than we thought we were going to. So then you've got some pretty blue flowers and you'll stack them on top of each other. Let me grab my supplies here. You'll stack these on top of each other like that, and you'll come up with a fuller flower. And you can use your bone folder to curl the petals upward like that. Okay. You know what, as I'm doing this, I'm like, Christmas in September. Why am I sharing this now? We haven't even hit October yet. I hope you guys are okay with this because Christmas in December, you got to get ready, right, crafters? Okay, so we have our flower ready. We've cut a 2" by 6" strip of designer paper from our pack, and then we used our banner triple punch. I always want to call this the triple banner punch, but they call it banner triple. The reason why it's got the word triple in it is because you can put a 1" strip of paper, a 1.5" strip, or a 2" wide strip in there. And what I did is I used the 2" wide and I angled it in there and punched. And that's how I got that look. I stuck it on here already. It's on my card base of Night of Navy, which is just the basic size of cardstock, 4 1/4 by 11, folded in half at the 5.5" mark. We'll open it up and we'll add a little layer of very vanilla cardstock to the inside, like so. And then we've got our copper foil paper, which is a must if you're gonna get this suite. Okay, so this is next, and we're gonna put a layer of pretty peacock on it. Remember, those are 2 really pretty colors that are in our designer paper. And so we'll just stack that up on top like this so we have just a hint of it. Now, before I do that, this is where you can punch out of. And I've already done my punch, but if you wanted to save on paper, hello, why don't I just demonstrate it anyways? Okay, so you're saving on paper by punching right into your piece. Now you can use this for your vase, okay? Now we can put this on. Paper saving technique, especially with foil, because this stuff is a little pricier than cardstock, okay? So very vanilla layer is next. I guess I could have done the same thing with my pretty peacock layer, but I don't want to. There. Now this is going to go on with dimensionals, which I have misplaced, you guys. I don't know where they are. All right, we're just going to pretend that they're in front of me. That's going to go here. And then this piece is going to go here. This is my vase, which I have embossed with the hammered metal, and I liked the look of the little pebble look coming out. This will go here on top, and then we will put one of these designer elements. They're metallic. They come with gold, silver, and then the copper, which I pulled off. And I don't have a lot left, so I can't even share you the whole sheet. But that's going to go in the middle of the flower. So this little look here, I also got the idea from Sue Nurnberger from her. Thank you so much, Sue. Her card was just a little bit different in colors and stuff, but the same kind of layout idea. Thank you so much for sharing that vase idea with us this past weekend. So that's that. And then another idea that she shared with us, so that you can use this suite of products all year round, is that you can make flowers from these punches. So a vase, but you can also make flowers. So now I'm introducing you to the last set of designer paper, and this is our Perennial Essence designer paper, and it's got beautiful, we gotta zoom out a bit, beautiful sheets that look like they are impressionist paintings, Okay, look at those. They look like every one of them was done by, I don't know, Monet, Claude Monet. Some artists did them at Stampin' Up. Thank you. They're gorgeous. I'm very much a fan of Impressionist paintings. So, and then that's the flip side of all of them. So that's one of the paper packs that's on special for the buy 3 get 1 free. And so after we've punched these all out, then you'll take your bone folder and you'll curl the petals like this, just to give them a little lift. And I'm just kind of going all the way around the sides and on the end, so that they just kind of have a little curvature to them. Let's zoom back in again. Okay, there's just a little bit of a curvature to them. And then you're going to take and you're going to punch out like a 1-inch circle or a base again, like we did with our ornament. And you'll glue these onto the base so that they're kind of intermixing like this. Thank you, Sue Nurnberger, for this idea too. And then they end up looking like that. So you can make a flower out of those fun little punches. And don't forget you have that other ornament punch for the leaves. So I'll be coming up with a card or something to put this on. I hope that you like these ideas. They were so much fun to share. Christmas in September, I know, but crafters, we need to get ready, right? And again, you don't even have to do Christmas. If you look at all of these projects, which I won't even be able to have all out on the table here, you guys, this is crazy. There's too many things that I shared. But if you look at all of these, you can see that you can use this suite for much longer than just the holiday time, right? Oh, bright, it's bright. All right, so now it is time for us to draw for prizes. I hope that you had fun with all of those ideas. I'm gonna get my computer ready here. And I'm actually gonna go to the website first, okay? So let's do that. Let's bring you to the Stampin' Up website. If you're shopping for products, you go to stampinup.com, there's a shop button, and you click right there, and it'll come up with lots of different things that you can see. There's categories on the side here. This is where you can find the buy 3 get 1 free deal, and it shares with you all the different papers that are in that special. Now the pressed petals is specialty. It's $14.50 in the US. So make that one your free one, and you can. Stampin' Up will allow you to do that. The rest of these are all priced at $11.50. So really, it's just over a $30 order to get 4 packs of paper, and that's a really awesome deal. These are the 2 that I shared today. I tell you, I love all of them. There's so many good ones in there. We're going to press the back button because I want to show you. This is the Brightly Gleaming Suite, and you can find that under the Product Suites category. So if you click on Product Suites, it will open it all up, and you can choose the Brightly Gleaming, and there you can find all that stuff. If you are not a demonstrator or you do not have a demonstrator currently, I would love it if you wanted to shop with me. I am at stampyourartout.com. Again, there's my website name. And when you get there, you actually get to a page that looks like this, and you just have to scroll to where it says my blog, and you can click on that, or you can go under home and choose blog. But once you're in the blog, then you can see all the ideas I share. And on Saturday, I will post the rest of the pictures and link back to today's post, which shares photos of the projects, of 3 of the projects that I shared with you today. All right, so now let's go to our Facebook page. Here we are, Stamp Your Art Out with Rachel Facebook page. I'm going to click on videos. And we're going to draw for some prizes, okay? Yay! Thanks, you guys. Okay, so let's scroll up and let's draw for last week's prize first, the prize winner. Coffin Box Pirate Boat. That was a fun one to do. Copy the link, and we're going to go to our website that's called commentpicker.com and enter the link, the URL for that. And from last week's video, we have 142 unique commenters, which means there were 142 different people that left a comment. Let's go ahead and click start and see who the winner is. And that winner is going to get the fast fuse and the refill, okay? Deb Ford, congratulations. I'm going to click on your name. I don't think it'll go right to you. It hasn't been the last couple weeks. Maybe if I click on your comment. I don't know. Nope, it's not. Okay. So it's not going directly to you. So Deb Ford, if anybody knows her, or if she's watching right now, you need to reach out to me, and please do that within a couple weeks time so that I can get the prize to you. Now we're going to go back to our page, and I'm going to do a refresh. So those of you that haven't said anything yet, because either you're really intently watching or or you're just quiet by nature, make a comment in there, because I want to get you into this prize drawing. Thanks, Marilyn. Thanks, Jennifer. Always good to see you. All right, so let's go ahead and do a refresh on the page. And Kayla's cheering for Deb. Yay, Deb, she said. All right, so we're going to do a refresh, and we're going to click on our Brightly Gleaming video and bring that into our comment picker. And I believe this one will go directly to the winner's name. How many people do we have that have commented today during our live? 118 of you. Thank you so much. This is awesome. We're going to click start. And who is the winner? The first winner, because we're going to draw another one next week. Our winner is Rita Tilgman Bauman. Did I say it right? I hope so. I used to be a teacher, so even though I eliminate saying last names when I say hello to all of you while you're out there, just because I don't want to stumble while I'm all nervous during the beginning of a live. But I can pretty much, oh, there she is. Good, I can message her privately. I can pretty much pronounce names if I try really hard. So Rita, I'll be messaging you, but make sure that you think between those 3 stamp sets. Again, they were tags, 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 and hoot, hoot, hooray, cute one, and for the love of felt, pretty one. All kinds of great choices there. All right, next week I'll be broadcasting. I can't believe it. I have broadcasted each week since the kids have been in school. Yay! I'm so proud of myself. And next week I have some fun stuff to share too. So I hope that you come back and join me. That will be on Wednesday, September 25th at 11 a.m. at Stamp Your Art Out with Rachel's Facebook page. Thank you for congratulating the winners, you guys. Hey, Jean, saw your name come through. Good to see you. Trying to think if there's anything else that I forgot to mention. If you find that you're ordering a lot, you may want to consider being in my Paper Crafters Club, which officially starts mid-October, but the orders aren't due till mid-November. So let me know if you're interested in that. Otherwise, if you really, really want a good deal, you may want to get your items in a starter kit, $125 worth of products. So you get to choose up to that, and it can be items of your choice. It could be the suite. And then you get to purchase that at $100. Actually, it's less than that. It's $99 plus tax. The shipping is free. Business supplies always come in starter kits through these Direct Sellers Association companies, right? But they're free. We're not charging you for the business supplies. So if you choose to do this as a business or not, it's up to you. And I can't, you get a free paper pumpkin kit. A past paper pumpkin kit gets thrown in there too. It's always a good deal to get the starter kit if you haven't done that before. So I encourage you. All right, I think that's it. I could just keep talking. I'm having fun. All right, thanks you guys. I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out now. Bye-bye.